It's another year of winter here in New England, which brings us something no one enjoys dealing with: snow. Last week I went down to see DPW Director John Sanchez to catch up on what he and his team have been doing to prepare for severe snowstorms.
Typically what we do to prepare for any storm, we want to make sure that we have all the materials that we need. And basically we have three very basic materials. One is fuel for the trucks, and then we have enough salt, and then we have enough liquid chemical. So, and we keep a constant look at those three items. So, and just before the storm, we try to be full on all of them. So, our equipment will get filled up, the trucks will fill up. We know we have materials in the salt shed. We know we have enough liquid material to mix with our salt, and that's how we prep for it. And then as the storm comes in, depending on the type of storm, that's how we apply materials.
I asked Director Sanchez how the department is managing the accumulating snowfall on the department's annual budget for snow removal.
Yeah, so typically the town spends about $700,000 a year. Of course, some years we don't spend any if there's no snow. Some years we spend more. But we tend to be about $700,000. And with that, the town has like 8 events that we have to plow. This is from December all the way through March or April. And it's about, we probably receive about 60 inches of snow during an average year. So far this year, without counting yesterday, we were at about 30 inches of snow in just those 4 events that we've had since December. And we're about halfway through that $700,000 mark as far as expenses that we had so far.
On the brighter side, the DPW is happy to announce their brand new salt shed is up and ready.
Yeah, that's been a great addition to our department. In the past, when we had back-to-back events, we had a hard time keeping up with the materials, with the salt and the liquid de-icers that we use. Now with the new salt shed, which by the way, we were literally finishing it up and filling it up with salt at the same time, because it was as late as early December that we were doing this. But with the new salt shed and the new capacity, it has just made it a lot easier to deal with this event.
The shed has given the DPW easier access to allow trucks to collect more salt than before and can hold a much bigger capacity.
Yeah, it boils down just to volume. You know, the old salt shed, we could put about 800 ton max in the salt shed. With the new salt shed, we can fill right now up to about 2,500 ton. It's a 3,000 ton capacity. We don't fill it all the way to the door, to the gate, but it's almost 3 times the capacity that we used to be able to store it in there. So, and that's what gives us that freedom, that we don't have to like really store and think about, okay, what do we do with these materials? Do we use them today, or do we wait for the storm 3 days from now? Now, if we need to, we use it. We know we have it. We don't have to worry too much about it. We're cautious about the way we use the material, so it's not like we abuse the use of it. But it's so much that now we don't have to like ration the material. Sometimes when we needed it in the past, we had to do that, knowing that we were not going to have enough for the next storm.
Rest assured, the DPW is working hard to make sure everyone has a safe winter season.
If we look at the past, we will average about another 4 events coming up in February. So so I'm expecting that this probably what will happen, and that will bring us, again, we're talking about averages here, but that will probably bring us another 20 inches of snow for the month of February. And then even in March, we typically have storms, maybe 1 or 2, that will bring about 10 inches of snow. So if this seems to be a typical year, that will be what we will expect for the end of the season.
From the Town Hall Annex, I'm Robert Paris for B News Weekly.